think where I wanted to start with is, as far as your product goes, I see that you guys lean into the idea of visual reviews quite a bit. Can you tell me what that means and how that kind of differentiates Loox and how it really helps people grow their business?
Sure thing. So we really focus on the visual aspect because we know and we truly believe that this is the strongest form of social proof. I mean, you have the written testimonials you see all over the places and pretty much everywhere on every single website, but you never really know as a consumer if these are true. And so that's how we differentiate ourselves to many other solutions. I'm not saying that everyone else has enables or empowers fake reviews, but we really focus on putting a face, like a real face of a real customer on the review to make it way more authentic than without a photo or without a face of a customer. And like, this is where we are different to many other solutions, and where like the if you compare us to plain text and very product centric review solution. If that's something someone wants to have on their store, then you're very welcome to choose a competitor. There are like great products out there, but we, as you said correctly, we really focus on the visual aspect because we believe this is the strongest form of social proof, and the data that we have that we collected over 7 years now backs this up.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. There's nothing more real than a real person talking about their experience with the product. I think that kind of aligns with what we see, in the content marketing world of video being a powerful tool. It's just people are always consuming things, whether it's on social or YouTube or wherever, that's a piece of video. So it makes sense that would resonate really well with something in the review side of things.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm curious. Go ahead.
No, sorry. Like in the broader sense, you can compare it in like really some sense to Instagram, where like if a brand does some, let's say, micro influencer marketing or like broader influencer marketing, then this is really what we also do, and we play pretty much the same game as we like on Instagram. You have these people posting reviews, doing shout outs for a brand, and we do pretty much the same, not in a very professional, like professional photographic way as many people do on Instagram, but on a higher scale, higher volume, but with authentic visuals. And so that's pretty much how you can compare, and that's totally resonates with what you just said.
Yeah, for sure. And Instagram and unboxings and reviews and all of that does make me think of solo entrepreneurs and people out there just trying to get their name out. When it comes to websites and businesses just getting going that may have 0 reviews or may have a small organic trickle of reviews, what sort of advice do you think you would give them to pick up the speed of just the frequency of review to establish themselves amongst their more established competitors?
Yeah, that's a great question. Also, like a very important question. And we think about this a lot. And there are 2 answers to that, because we can even segment that question. Like there are people who they have customers, but no reviews. That's one segment. And if you're into that category, then you can send review request emails to all of your past customers, asking them for a review of their recent purchase, and then you get the ball rolling with the reviews that you will collect from your past customers. But if you're in a place where you're just getting started, you have no sales, obviously, then no reviews, then it's a bit more tricky, and it's a very common problem, because in order to get social proof, you have to have social proof, and it's really tricky. And what we found out that many brands nowadays do is that they reach out to smaller influencers, ranging from the follower count from 1 to 5K followers, and they say, okay, cool, you get this sample of the product. In return of a review, like in a review on social media where they just post something doing the basic and standard influencer marketing kind of thing. And also, please leave a review on our website. And so they build the review submission kind of process into their influencer marketing to get the ball rolling and to get more juice out of their social media efforts or their influencer marketing efforts. And that's how they build their first reviews. And obviously, these kind of reviews have to have the advertising and incentivized review text on the reviews itself. But this is a great way that we found out many brands use to get the ball rolling and to initiate the first reviews.
Yeah, that's great. You know, and I think once you get that ball rolling, as you said, the reviews can go one way or another, and they can be positive, they can be negative, and obviously anywhere in between. You know, and if you're just getting going, every review you get is even more valuable than maybe somebody that's getting dozens or hundreds every week or every month. If a company, regardless of the number of reviews they're getting, if a company sees a trend where there's a lot of negative feedback, whether it be product, customer service, anything like that, what do you think they can do to continue collecting reviews? I think a lot of companies say, you know what, this is doing more harm than good. It's actually causing us issues because we're getting negative feedback. People don't like to hear it. But let's say the company is a little bit smarter than that and they say, we want to keep going with the reviews. How do you think they can turn the tide and use those reviews to communicate internally or shift things a little bit to catch back up?
Yeah, that's a tough question. No, like honestly, if you're getting continuously bad reviews, then you might need a stronger shift than just thinking about if reviews are good or not. But no, like honestly, if you get some bad reviews, negative reviews, like we like to compare it with the Harry Potter movies or books, because like if you look at Harry Potter, it's widely accepted that this is like a huge success, made billions of dollars, and went from just a book to movie and now to theme parks and everything. And it's crazy if you think about it. And even Harry Potter gets 1-star reviews on Amazon. And so what that means is not that the book is poorly written or poorly published or anything else. It just means that this book, Harry Potter, is just not the right book for that person. And so its reviews are very often, especially the strong and extreme ones, whether that's positive or negative, they are way more about the person who leave the reviews than about actually the product. Because if we speak about the very extreme positive ones now for a second, you will find reviews where people only like barely speak about the product. They say what an amazing time they had with a certain product. They invited family and friends and they did that and this. And it's more about their experience that they share. And this is what we know from our customers, that these are the experience or the reviews that they really want to have. If they only say good product, nice quality, thank you, that's it's not that great. It's good to have, yeah, but if you really want the juicy ones, the where you can like experience what other people experience, and where customers speaking to their peers, to potential other customers, and that's what makes them convincing and increases the conversions through reviews. But to answer your question, first, don't worry, because negative reviews, whether that's about the product quality, the customer support, whatever, they really only say these reviews, not saying you the business owner, you're a bad person and you should get sued. It only says this product is just not the right product for me. They might use different words, but you can really understand it that way. And with that being said, you have in all the review solutions the the possibility to hide the ones where, like, to hide the reviews where you believe this will do harm to your business and this is not appropriate content. Like, even if we say, like, this person can use very mean and very aggressive words that you don't want to be associated with, or that you want other people to read on your website, because they can, like, customers have the freedom to, like, upload any photo they want, use any words they want. And if that's a very angry person by default and more of a, like, a troll, instead of like a good and has legit feedback, negative feedback, then you can always hide this. There's no rule that says you have to publish everything. So you can be picky with what reviews you want to have, but if there's legit negative feedback, you can always reply and respond to a review. And so you can always say, like, response within that review, and then the customer will be notified that you responded and that you addresses their, like, their worries, like whatever it is. And you can really, this, like, you can really turn it around if you say, look, like, we appreciate your feedback, we understand this, and we apologize. And you do it publicly so everyone can see it, and this creates even more trust. Because I believe, if I look at reviews and I only see 5-star reviews, like hundreds and or even thousands of 5-star reviews, it seems a bit weird, because, like, some people will always have to say something negative. Like, nothing is perfect, even an iPhone or whatever. You can always find something. And so some people will always say something 3 or 4-star worthy. And so I think it's good if a brand responds to their negative feedback in some sense.
Yeah. And the best negative feedback is something that can start a conversation. I think that you get a lot of things that are, people do have just a bad experience for one reason or another. You hope that it's an outlier, but if they give you bad feedback that's just cuss words and just pure negativity and not really constructive, then that's, that is something that you could hide, or something that you just say, like, let's make sure this doesn't happen again as much as possible. But I think it's great when companies take the time to respond to a piece of feedback that's truly critical of either their systems or their support or the product itself. And really, if you're take pride in your business, especially if you're a small business owner, if you're somebody just getting started on Shopify, you should take that and say, I think I can do better. They're not, the customer is always right to an extent. And in some cases, when it comes to reviews, you just have to embrace all kinds of feedback and hope that you can build a business that people want to talk about. And I think in that way, one of the things that I saw in the lead up to this interview on Loox was that you do embrace the idea of referrals. And I'm curious how that plays into a company on the other side of things that has a steady flow of really positive feedback coming in. I'm sure referrals is just one way to take advantage of that. But what advice on the flip side then would you give to companies that are seeing positive reviews, that want to really take advantage of that and not just say, okay, yay, we're doing a good job internally, but to turn it around into increasing sales?
Yeah. So what we see with the more, let's say, intermediate brands that collect hundreds and thousands of reviews. And for example, BlendJet, they collected, I think they're now at 70,000 reviews they collected. Wow. And so, yeah, like what brands like these do is they download the visuals, the photos or videos of their customers, and they post it on social media. And then they create top of the funnel content for their social media channels by reposting their reviews on social media. People see them, think, okay, like, this person liked it and it's an authentic review. Let's check this site out. They click on the link in the bio or wherever, and then they're on the website. And then this story of an authentic review will be continued on their store. as they now see even more reviews from more customers and like learning about all of the experience other customers had with that business. And this is then in the more of the bottom of the funnel sector, which like they are now in the full funnel, and you can build a full funnel out of reviews to drive conversions.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it seems like there's a place for a review throughout the entire customer journey. Even if it's the first thing somebody sees is a positive review, you know?
Yeah, it's for example, Airbnb and Amazon and eBay, they were all built on reviews because it's especially Airbnb. I'll like always to give as an example because this is all like really about experiences. If you compare Airbnb with Booking.com, like they both have reviews, whereas on Booking, it's pretty much all about ratings. They rate the location, the staff, the cleanness of the hotel. And on Airbnb, if you read the reviews, it's about a real experience in real life people had. And so that's also how Airbnb position themselves. It's not about, hey, you can get the another standard hotel here. You can get that, yes, but Airbnb is about the experience. And so they use this to drive their conversions and to really like build their full business on this. And this is what we also see a lot of the bigger brands we have at Loox that use the reviews to express the customer experiences on all social channels, or even create UGC, user generated content ads, and run them on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever.
Yeah, and it's interesting the parallel there with messaging in general. You know, I think that the goal for a lot of primary messaging and secondary is to make people understand what their world would be like after they experience your product. And the brand saying it is one thing, but a real customer, and even level up from there, a real customer, a video of a real customer, visual review resonates even more with people, especially in a world where we're trying to learn how to trust brands. We're learning how to trust new products, and there's all kinds of brands popping up, and you're getting served ads on Instagram. You're getting search results in Amazon for brands you may not have heard of. That lead from a review as opposed to a brand saying, oh, just go ahead and trust us, it's a great product, is something that really, really can resonate with people and differentiate a business. So it's really powerful.
I mean, there's a very good reason why influencer marketing is a thing. It's not the brand who says, look, we are the best. It's someone else, someone who gained trust through their actions in the past. And if they become an ambassador for that brand, it's way stronger than just a brand saying we're the best.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, we will continue to sing from the mountaintops about reviews and looks, and it's very powerful. And we believe in the power of the visual review, so we'll have to start leveraging that ourselves as well. Tim, thank you so much for jumping on and sharing your wealth of knowledge with us. And we'll be sure to link Loox in video description and everywhere that we share this out.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much for having me.
Awesome.